This is my playful approach to joyful beginnings as I create abstract backgrounds.
So I'm not sure how well this is going to work because it's a large bit of paper and I'm not quite tall enough here. But all I'm doing is just showing you how I create a simple abstract background. Now, I want this to be really loose, and this is just some black ink, and there is water on the page, so I'm actually really enjoying how the paint interacts. And I've actually got three 16cm squares, and some slightly larger ones. Can't actually remember how big they are. All I'm doing now is trying to get a different mark and playing with what's already there. This is just a pipette because it allows me to lift some of the areas, because I love the big black, but I also want the difference. Oh, look at that. See, sometimes you'll get a mark that feels really different and you want to do more of it. Now, just organising my palette. This is some sepia ink, and last time I put it on my wet palette and did it that way. This time I wanted to play and see what happened if I did different. How that would pan out. Again, the pipette. Now, I have no idea where this is going, but it is the joy in playing and moving things around differently. And I love the way the sepia actually interacts with the black. And part of me would really love to control that. But I want to look at the wabi-sabi nature of this, because I'm not quite sure where this will go. This is my other mediums. So this is the Montmartre metallic crayon. They're not particularly metallic, but when I put them through areas of black, it's actually dragging it and leaving some other lines as well. And I want to playfully go over those edges and see what happens, because the edges themselves can become these quite beautiful wabi-sabi washi tapes that are really original and homemade. I'm just going for different marks again, and if you know me at all, you know I love my circles. So seeing this is a colour circle challenge that I started, I'm just going to let myself play, because the beginning is always play. And no, I haven't finished the last lot, but I thought if I had some larger ones, just gave me something else I could work in between, because I am really liking the way these pieces are working in series. So it's really a bit of a push and pull and discovery. Okay. No. And at this point, I am going to encourage some drips. I've just taped this to a large piece of foam core, if you're wondering. Yeah, sorry, I knocked that. And I'm hoping you're getting a clear enough image. And in fact, I'm going to turn the whole board around, because when I do that, start to see it a bit differently. Now I've got my sepia. This is a bit of nickel azo gold and white, actually. So sometimes the brush isn't exactly what I want, so I'll fiddle around until I'm happy. And there's something in me that just wants to go. So this is just a metal paint scraper, really. I'm feeling like there's not a lot happening down there, so I'll add some more there. Now this may look particularly messy, probably because it is. I'm just going to, this is a slightly smaller wet palette, I've actually got a few. So just getting a little bit of white to mix, yellow ochre to mix in with the white. And I'm just adding some areas. It almost reminds me of the coffee staining I was using earlier in the year, and that would actually be another really nice addition to this process. Because my question is, how can, what is the most playful beginning I can have? And I actually know I'm going to bring some blues into this later. But the starting point, I just want to stay with this. And this is definitely getting more circles in it. But one of the things that concerns me is there are no really big shapes, and I actually didn't like what I just did. But part of the joy of paint is that you can mix it up, and when you do something that doesn't work, you can add another layer. Now I'm not going to fiddle with this too much, because I just want it to be a starting point, but I might put in a charcoal line, because what I'm trying to do, and actually take the line for a walk across the page, is to create some difference throughout the page, and some areas are more different than others, and it might be a broken line. Might be open circles, but I'm continually moving around the page, and the reality is, if I was doing these individually, I tend to be a lot tighter. So what this is doing for me, soil pastel, is helping me to loosen up a little bit, which is one of my challenges. So now you might look at that and say it's a big mess, and you know, I would probably agree with you, but it's also got a whole lot of possibilities. So you can, just so you can see that you can use tools differently. This is the pipette I was using just to add water. Now what I'm using it to make really loose marks. But actually, I want to just do some flicky bits, which creates some beautiful dots, and where it's still wet, unexpected things can happen. So I'm going to leave that there as a beginning, I think. I'm very good at getting my fingers into things. That's one of the things I love doing. Okay, so if you can see that, what I've done is just a playful start. Now I'm hoping this is recorded okay, because I actually had to get the kitchen stool so I could get up high enough to actually get it above, because I need this to be flat. I wonder if next time I'm going to do it on the floor. So there you go. That is a beginning, and I don't know where it will end. So have a play, see what beginnings you can create, and I'll show you what happens next.